Hi, my name is Chloe, and I am, in fact, your new best friend. Effective immediately. And I'm just trying to help you get out of a tough situation. Okay, number one, if you tell him you're gonna go hang out with your friends, and he gives you any sort of negative reaction, like he doesn't let you, or he acts jealous so that you won't hang out with them, honey, that's toxic. You can hang out with literally whoever you want. Like, you're a person. Okay, next up. If they tell you that you can't wear something for literally any reason, that, my friend, is also toxic. Most common thing that I've heard guys say is that something is too revealing. Like, first of all, you are not my father. I can wear literally whatever I want. Like, we're not telling you that your pants are too revealing. So don't say that about our pants or our shirt or whatever. Sorry, that one really gets me in a mood.
Toxic men, users, and abusers, they do have a heart. And you will see that heart the very moments you decide to try to leave that person. You only see that soft, vulnerable side when it's used to manipulate you into staying in a relationship. You only see them break down in tears when they are acting. They are acting because they want to use their emotions to trigger your emotional response to stay back in this relationship. What am I going to do without you? They break down like that, right? And you so used to seeing them mad or strong or stubborn that when you see this moment of vulnerability, they show you their heart when it's time for you to leave. You think you have made progress with them. You be like, wow, I'm finally getting it to him. I've been asking him to be emotional and transparent and tell me how he feels. And in this moment, he's showing me himself. That's an act, boo. He ain't showing you his heart. He's trying to use his heart to manipulate you. And guess what you do? Stay.
I dated one asshole way back after my university days. He was everything I wanted in a man. Hot, artistic, jovial, and very confident in himself. Everything was nice and rosy at the beginning. Things started to go downhill when he got fired from his job, so we had to rely on my paycheck as the only source of income. When he got a job at a pharmaceutical store, his attitude changed. He went from being the carefree, supportive man I knew to a demanding asshole. He was always in a bad mood. Every single day after work, he'd constantly harp and complain about how hard his life was and would berate me for earning more than he did. He started to get really jealous of my friends too, especially my guy friends. He would say stupid shit like, "Family is all you need. Friends are a burden and will fuck you over." He'd get pissed if I came home late from work and would question me excessively. He would shame me for having girls out and drinking, even though I never came home drunk. He was the righteous one, and I was the naughty slut. Sex felt like a daily job for me. If I was too tired or just don't feel like it, he would get pissed and insult me. Sometimes he would accuse me of cheating and say it was why I didn't want to have sex with him. I remember once falling asleep while giving him head. I was so tired and not turned on. He flipped out on me, pushed my head away and turned around, and went to sleep. Sometimes he used sex as a weapon. I could only have sex with him if I hadn't drank in the past week or if I didn't come home late from work. Other times, he would insist I do the laundry, cook, and tidy up the house before we had sex. By the time I'm done with his list of chores, I would be too tired for sex and lose the desire. Then he gets angry at me for turning down his offer.
How's everything been going with you two lately? Yeah, good. We're going to try this new thing where he takes care of my phone so he can tell me what the important messages are and what's not. That is a form of manipulation and control. That is not okay. It's okay, he's going to handle all my money too. Okay, and let's just say he takes all of your money, Charlie, and he doesn't speak to you again. Why would you say such a thing? I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I want you to be safe, Charlie. I am safe around him. He's a strong puncher. I felt it.
Don't skip this. This is a sign that he is manipulating you. A guy that always brings up your insecurities and always says something negative about you, but then tries to disguise it as a joke. No. If some guy is always saying something negative to you or capitalizing on your insecurities, it's not a joke anymore. Oftentimes when men are trying to manipulate you, they will try to break your self-esteem down so much so that you don't even feel good about yourself, you don't feel independent, and you feel codependent on the man. Once they break your self-esteem down this much, they have you right in their hands. This is because they're going to push you to a point where you don't even love yourself anymore. So you don't love yourself outside of them. You feel like you need them. That way they can do whatever they want and still always pull you back in because you don't want to be alone because you don't love yourself.
He made me cut ties with most of my guy friends because he was too damn possessive. At first, I thought it was love, that he was just being protective, but then I started changing. I would get aggressive at any slightest provocation at work. My boss, an elder man in his early 60s, noticed my attitude change, so he referred me to his shrink. It was the therapist that made me realize I was dealing with a manipulative punk. When I told him I was going to stay with my mom for a while to get myself together, he flipped. He didn't care that I was on the verge of losing my job because of him. He didn't care my sanity was depreciating day by day. He tried to guilt-trip me for not allowing him to help with my recovery. I got fed up with his borderline abusive behavior and dumped his ass one morning before I packed my things and moved back to my mom's. I've had a similar experience with a narcissist, but for a manipulator, the signs are slightly different and complicated. A manipulator might mean well, but they just don't know their actions and way of thinking is wrong. The psychology behind emotional manipulation. Most of us use manipulation to get people to do the things we want to do. Sometimes, when we are having a bad day or don't know how to communicate how we feel, we tend to resort to manipulation in order to let someone know what we want from them. However, some people are habitually or pathologically manipulative and must be handled with care. Manipulators resort to gaslighting to instill self-doubt in their victims, making them question their own rights, motivations, or abilities. Gaslighting is designed to make you doubt your gut instinct and question your moral judgment. They take advantage of people's vulnerability. They tend to play the victim or remind you of past favors, instilling a sense of obligation or sympathy that makes them more likely to get what they want. Sometimes a manipulative person will make a comparison between you and another person to provoke you. They may use a specific person to make you feel insecure or try to make it seem like everyone is doing what they want you to do. A manipulator may also use love bombing to trap you in an unhealthy relationship. You may notice he showers you with praise and affection and buys you gifts every time he hurts you to prevent you from leaving him. The goal of manipulation is to maintain control over you, and making you feel bad about yourself can be one way. Manipulators exert their power over you and keep you complacent. They use your weakness against you. It can be very confusing, but once you take a step back and have an honest look at what's happening, it's not hard to see their true colors. How to stop a manipulator in their track. I know spotting a manipulative person can be a challenge, so the only way to know for sure is by accessing how you feel around them. Don't ever waste your time with a partner who tries to exert power over you and your life, no matter how much you love them. A healthy relationship should be uplifting, not the other way round. If you notice your partner makes you feel unworthy or he disrespects you over any slightest provocation, he always judges everything you do, or you find yourself apologizing a lot for things that don't matter, then apply these strategies to defend yourself from the manipulator. 1. Set the rules of engagement in your favor. If you set a boundary, be wary of anyone who tries to cross it. Humans should know what he can or cannot accept in his relationship, but if he wants to stay, then he should be ready to respect your boundaries. Avoid tolerating bad behaviors. Point out his inappropriate behavior. If he does something that doesn't align with your personality, call him out and insist he stops doing things that make you uncomfortable. Be sure to only set boundaries you are willing to sustain. Otherwise, you are simply teaching an abusive person. 2. Get involved in sports activities that will boost your self-confidence. Having high self-esteem is difficult in today's world. And when you're always around a manipulator who makes you feel less than you are, you lose every meaning to life. Boosting my self-esteem is one of the most common objectives I learned in therapy. I have learned identifying the negative and positive sides of my personality has helped me feel happier. Maybe you can start by focusing on the positive side of specific areas you're working on. For example, you can identify 3 positive achievements you had that day and remind yourself of these successes every day. Write down your mantra and recite it each morning. As you continue to speak positivity into your life, you will begin to grow your confidence and self-esteem. Physical activity like yoga or meditation that engages with nature will help you reconnect with your intuition and release negative emotional stress. That's it for today. Before you leave, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and smash the notification bell so you don't miss our next video.